Hey guys, welcome back to Think Beautiful, the channel where I talk all about Harry and Meghan, and this is getting messy. Wow, we now have the Sussexes and the Kardashians at war, basically, having an open argument in the press. And we know who's going to win, don't we? And it's not going to be these two because all of a sudden, we're hearing that there was no consent form. The Kardashians are fighting back. And this is why you never invite these two to your party or even be friends with these two. They are drama, they are trouble. Because look at this. People magazine, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry were never asked to sign photo consent forms at Kris Jenner's birthday party. Exclusive source. This is coming from the Kardashians. And I love that they have gone to People magazine. That is beautiful. This is how you do it. That is the Sussexes mag of choice. And they have turned People magazine onto them. Wow, this is brilliant. This is how you play the game. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry attended James Bond themed Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, as if we didn't know. The couple appeared in photos shared by Jenner and Kim Kardashian on Instagram, but these photos were subsequently deleted. A source from the Kardashian camp disputes reports that they were deleted because Meghan and Harry did not sign a photo consent form. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry attended Kris Jenner's blowout 70th birthday, but what happened to the photos of them there? On November 9, fans noticed that Meghan and Harry had been removed from a series of photos on a carousel posted to Jenner and Kim's Instagram, and People understands that the photos were deleted because the duo had checked no on a photo consent form. So that is what the Sussexes would have you believe, that they actually said no. We didn't want our images posted on Instagram. We had already checked the no box on the form. However, I love this so much. A source close to the event, likely from the Kardashian camp, now tells People that isn't the case. There were no consent forms. Zero consent forms. What are these two talking about? They are lying. Now, if there was a consent form, they're going to have to show it. We are going to need to see the proof because the Kardashians are saying there was no consent forms, you idiots. This is hilarious. They are not going to let this go. Meghan is lying through her teeth and getting called out. Now, we also have this from TMZ. They go one step further. No royal decree against photos. Happy to pose for pics at Kris Jenner's party. They sure were. But listen to this. We're told no consent form was required since this was a party full of intimate friends only. No legal docs needed among pals. Well, that's only true if these people are actually your friends. We know that Harry and Meghan are not really their friends in the first place. Now, listen to this. Guests were even asked to check their phones in upon arrival so nothing unwanted went up on social media. And you won't see this mega bash on the Kardashians because the show wasn't filming during the party. This was a friends event, but they did that usual thing where they say, put your phones away. We don't want anything up on social media. So when you see a photographer taking a photo, where do you think that's going to go? These two are such lies. There was clearly no form. Now, this is not going well for Harry and Meghan. This is full of bad blood. Reminds me of Taylor Swift because now we got bad blood brewing between Meghan, Harry, and the Kardashians. This is terrible for Harry and Meghan. The drama over the missing photos continues. The Kardashian Jenners are reportedly not happy, why would they be, that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry forced them to take down photos from Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash. Like, who do they think they are? Kim is pissed off, a source claimed. I 100% believe that. Kim was like, "You've already been photographed outside the party and you were at the baby to baby event the same night being photographed like Meghan Trainor and Paris Hilton. So what's the problem?" Let me tell you, Kim, what the problem is. It's this thing here. She is the problem. Hashtag Meghan is the problem. That hashtag exists for a reason. Always starting drama. Meghan's made another Hollywood enemy, just another one to add to the list, the source told the Daily Mail. And unlike royals, Kardashians don't forgive easily. Another source noted that the Sussexes have risked losing support from Hollywood A-listers, which they need now more than ever. So Harry and Meghan, mostly Meghan, you can kiss goodbye to my ladies with a K. Hey, hey, ladies with a K. Bye-bye, okay? They are not going to invite you to anything. And everyone that was at this event, all of those A-listers, will be laughing their heads off at the Sussexes. Such a drama and so embarrassing because everyone who went to this event knows whether there was a consent form or not. And the fact that the Kardashians are coming out in People magazine allegedly and saying, "What consent form? What are you talking about? There is no such thing." Surely that is the truth. Now, I thought I should do a little bit of research on this as well. So, of course, I refer to my friend ChatGPT just for another angle. And so I asked this question: do the Kardashians usually ask guests to sign a consent form at their parties regarding images to be shared on social media? And ChatGPT tells me, given the evidence, it's unlikely that the Kardashians always or even routinely have guests sign image release or consent forms at their parties. For at least the recent event in question, the claim of a consent form appears to be false or unverified. It's fake. It is a lie. So unless there's clear proof, like I'm saying, where's the form? Show me that form, Meghan. For a specific event, it's safer to assume no standard form is used, but individual cases may vary. Recollections may vary, you could say. Now, Kim raises a good point because, yes, Harry and Meghan were photographed earlier in the evening at this soiree, the Baby to Baby annual gala, and they seem to have no issues with the images. But I want to point something out here because Meghan did control the images at this event. And as much as you might think that Serena is a strong woman, the GOAT at tennis, basically just a powerhouse when it comes to being an entrepreneur, she has built an empire. Trust me, she does what Meghan says. Meghan has her whip just as much as Harry, because take a look at her Instagram from that night. Her carousel doesn't have any images of these two. It is just a very brief carousel. It does say night out with my friends, but they are not included. Of course, they're not. These people are ridiculous. Why would you call them your friends? But I want to point out something that Serena did post a couple of photos, 2 photos, in fact, of Harry and Meghan, but they were put up as stories. So they are no longer there. Now, I didn't get a screenshot for the first time ever. Stupid, stupid me. But I want to show you what it looked like. This is basically what I saw. It was something like this. So it wasn't the actual image, just a stock standard image. It was actually from the publication. So my guess is that Meghan was already controlling these images at the event and had decided to sell them to certain publications. There was one up like this on Serena's story for Vanity Fair, and I think the other one was Hello Magazine. So she was posting them straight from these platforms. She wasn't posting the image itself. So Meghan likes to control her optics. She likes to control the money that she gets from these images. I believe that is a huge source of revenue for her, is the sale of her own images and of course her kids, probably Harry as well. I think this is a strategy that they have over at the Sussex camp. That is how they are making some income. Otherwise, she'd be broke because let's be honest, as ever, it's not going to sell. You can't sell candles without a wick, and you can't be a billionaire based on spreads or runny jams or whatever the heck those things are. So she likes to control images, and she could not control the Kardashians. This is a control issue. Don't you worry about that. This might be an issue with Harry's identity and the fact that the veterans were not happy. You know, Invictus is the only thing he really has going for him. I'm sure he wasn't happy that it started to go pear-shaped, but at the end of the day, this was a control issue. Meghan wanted to get in front of it and she can't, and she's lying now and getting caught out. Now, we know that Meghan likes to control the optics, and this, for me, was the first moment that I realized, yes, this is what she is doing, because how would we know that she was with Harry unless she told us? Look at this. She waltzed around. She called the paparazzi, whatever the Canadian version of backgrid is. She called them. She grabbed some flowers. She used to always walk around with a bunch of flowers. And she tried to let us know subtly, but very directly, actually, that she was with Harry. You can see that H on her necklace. So she has been controlling the narrative forever. And this was just another example, but it's got out of hand and she's not in control, which is why she's spiraling. And this is why it's so hilarious. But Kris Jenner is not done. And I love this because you don't mess with Kris ever, of course. She's like a matriarch in Hollywood. But when it comes to Christmas, you don't mess with Kris, okay? She knows how it's done. She is the queen of Christmas. For goodness sakes, she has an apartment somewhere that she forgot about because she's so rich that she just uses for wrapping. Kris Jenner will tell you how to do wrapping, not Meghan. So don't forget, Meghan's holiday special is coming up and she's going to teach us all wrapping skills. Take a listen to this. So Alison says, so the holiday special in November, we'll keep an eye out for that. And then Meghan says, oh, I do lots of gift wrapping. You guys know I used to do gift wrapping at Paper Source and advanced gift wrapping. So, you know, all those things that you do as an auditioning actor. And that's not the full circle I was expecting, but here we are. Wow, can't wait for that garbage. But Kris is biting back again. Oh my gosh, I love the Kardashians. I never thought I would say that. But this is hilarious because today Kris has posted this on her Instagram. And look at this. She is teaching us how to wrap. We don't need Meghan's advanced gift wrapping. It's going to be absolutely embarrassing, cringeworthy, just such a waste of everyone's time. Kris is already doing it. And she's doing it in a 5-second tutorial. And she's also advertising Amazon because we know she's besties with Jeff Bezos. So this is how you do it, guys. You don't mess with the Kardashians. They will steamroll you. So the lesson we have for the Kardashians is you do not invite these idiots to a party. They're not going to behave. They're only in it for themselves. Meghan wants to control everything. And it's not going to work because she is messing with the wrong people. Now she needs to just shut up, go back into her hole wherever she came from, and let this blow over because any more biting back is going to end in tears, and it's not going to be the Kardashians. And honestly, they couldn't do a cry face even if they tried. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. I am staying on top of this story for you. I will keep bringing it up as long as these two parties are at war with each other. I love it. The Sussexes deserve every single piece of this. But guys, have a great night. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.